Anybody want to guess that you know what this is? So basically, I'm making this video because people have never seen these kind of laptops ever on YouTube, except for a couple. Obviously I wanted to make a video of this monster. This is the NEC. By the way, it's an NEC, which you can see at the top says NEC. This, by the way, and now I'm going to open it up, and it says, and this is a Versa 6230, which, by the way, you can see the model number. Focus. There we go. Model 6230. And this, basically, these things are rare. And basically, this is pretty much, this used to be my brother's old laptop that he used to use for like work and stuff. So I'm going to give you a little story on this here, but let's just first review the basics of this. So this is an NEC Versa 6230 laptop. So basically this is pretty much manufactured in the late 90s here, or this is released pretty much like 1996 or 1997. I think it's 1998, probably. But let's take a little review first. So, first of all, you've got the NEC logo here. You've got the battery indicator light up here. And let's take a look at the front first. So you've got a CD-ROM drive. Actually, a little fact about this machine is you can change the drive. It also comes with a floppy drive. It also came pre-packaged with. So comes with a little CD-ROM drive. You can put the CD in, and there's a little infrared sensor which indicates the status on this machine. Now we'll take a look at the. Now let's take a review of the left side. So, got little. That'll be pretty much like a good spot for like a power switch and stuff, and got little infrared port right there. And actually, that's not infrared port, but that's a little coverage bay. But anyway, then you got a little lock right over here that pretty much like locks the system, or like if you have like a docking station, but pretty much locks up the system. And you've got your little stock cooling fan on the side in case it's like the battery is charging and stuff. This fan would usually kick on. And in here you've got a USB port on the side, and you got a VGA port which you can plug like a little TV in and stuff. And you've got this little power brick adapter. By the way, a little story on that my power brick adapter has broke, so therefore I can't power this thing on. Probably gonna have to get another one if there's anything like on the market and stuff. Now let's take a review of the back here. You've got your little mouse port over there and possibly a printer port at the back. Now, this right here is a VGA, I believe. Actually, that's a docking station port. You can like plug a little docking station in and stuff, or stuff like that. And right here is a monitor. This is a VGA port right here. You can like plug in a little monitor. And right there you've also got a little video, like, input and stuff, like a little VGA. And let's take a look at this side right here. Got two little network cards in the machine. Got a little network card. This is a US Robotics megahertz by 56K, I believe. Let me put this. It might be a little bit difficult to put back in. And I probably put it on the wrong side. So therefore, let's try this again. So there you've got your little Ethernet port right there. Then you've got another network card, I believe. This is probably, if I can get this thing out. Oh yeah, there is a little another network card. This is an XROM Ethernet adapter. So pretty much you can like plug this thing on and get connected to the internet and get you online and stuff. So this is like back in those old days when in the 1990s. So now on the side you've got your microphone. Probably there's a input line in and line out, I believe, and you've got your headphone jack, and there's your little volume wheel on your side. And now let's take a look at the basic thing about this laptop. So it's an NEC 6230, by the way. So now look at that, the design for a sticker. This machine was designed to run Microsoft Windows NT and Windows 95, but a little story behind this laptop. Basically, my brother was using this laptop and it did not have Windows 95. Therefore, I'll get you to the story in a little bit. But first, let's take a review at the bottom, what the bottom looks like. So, first, you got a little lock mechanism at the bottom, which basically you can, like, remove, like I told you in the beginning, because you got a little floppy, you can switch it off with either a CD-ROM or a floppy. So first, at the bottom, you've got feet. Here at the bottom, they're both, you can like move this thing up and down and stuff, and it's pretty much what it looks like. So this overall is pretty much scuffed and has a little bit cracks in this machine, but it's pretty good. But first, let's take a look at this. You've got your little NEC battery pack right here, lithium battery pack. Therefore, it is stone cold. It will not even take a charge. So therefore, we can't power this thing on, fortunately. But let's close the bay door and we'll take a look at this. So this here's the hard drive. And by the way, it's an IBM drive right here, you can see. And this drive is a model. So looking at this caddy, this is the drive caddy right here. It's model 808-876-678-201A with the serial number 8100-1640. So, by the way, this drive, this is actually an IBM hard drive. It's actually an IBM model. If anyone's interested about the model number, it's an IBM model DPLA25120, and it's a 5.0 gigabyte drive, I believe it has in this machine. So we'll put the drive in and we'll stick the cover back on. Another thing you can do with this laptop is you can change the CD-ROM into a floppy. It's easy. You just simply pull this little lever, and I'm probably going to have to put the camera down for a second. And you can pull this as well to get the drive out. So you pull these two switches, bam, you've got the drive. The drive comes right out rapidly. And by the way, this is a Toshiba CD-ROM drive. If anyone is interested, it's a Toshiba model XM15028. And here's your little handy-dandy floppy. And it's made in the Philippines, if anyone's interested. And you can also mount this in if you want, if you rather to have a floppy instead of a CD-ROM. So, nostalgia, it kind of burns, so let's see if I can mount this sucker in. This might be a little bit tricky to do, but you can definitely, yeah, right here, there's the floppy for the machine, and you can easily take it out and put the CD-ROM drive if you want back in. I may have to, this might be a little tricky to take out. Let me put the camera down for a second. This will be a animal to get out. And alright, never mind. Alright, so now we'll get to the story about this. So this previously, well, we're going to open it up. So you've got a pretty good keyboard for this type of era machine, and pretty neat keyboard. Just to say, here's your, I believe this is a Pentium. I believe this is a Pentium 128 megahertz Pentium processor with MMX. If you can see that, it says MMX up there. So then you got a little trackpad, right, trackball right here, and little trackpad, and keyboards overall is pretty good. Here's your little sleep button right over there, and you got your little screen button, and you've got your little power switch, by the way, and the machine doesn't turn on because, of course, it's stone dead. So one more feature I want to talk about is you've got your little NEC Versa 6000 series battery charger. Came stock with this machine. So now this over here is the power charger. So take a look at that. I don't think you will be plugging this into anything anytime soon because it is definitely broken. It could be easily repairable, but that could take, but it would take a skill to solder it back onto the brick. So now let's get to a little story. So this used to be my brother's laptop, and I used to play with it when I was a little kid, and little story behind it. So when we got this machine, it had this IBM drive in there. So it came, so obviously this originally came with Microsoft Windows 2000 so the drive pretty much came with Windows 2000, and then suddenly, years later, it kind of corrupted. So my father had put XP on this machine, but XP ran pretty good on this machine. It was great and stuff, but the only minor issue about it was when you shut the machine down, it gives you like that little screen. It is ACPI compliant, but I don't think it accepts on XP, so you have to therefore like shut the machine down manually when it says it is safe to turn off your computer. So therefore, that's the only issue pretty much on this machine. So therefore, I've been using this machine like for like games and stuff, and this laptop is pretty thick, as you can see, for being a late 90s era laptop, and so therefore, this is so pretty much XP ran pretty good. I used to play like old DOS games and stuff, like Silent Thunder and stuff, and so the time I started to do a little experimenting on different operating systems on this machine. So I decided to put Windows 98 on it, and it worked, but the only thing there's like no sound on it. So I don't think it like the sound card on this machine like accepts it or anything, but tried to put 98 on it, no sound card, it didn't accept it. So pretty much this is like an old in the screen right here is pretty flexy, and therefore it's like pretty good condition, but pretty flexy for this type of laptop. And got your speakers, another speaker there, and so overall this is pretty good condition, except we have a little scuff at the top here, little scuff on the side from like stuff, and see you can get there's like little cracks and stuff from being dropped and stuff a few times. And pretty much, if anybody therefore has like a little, so I believe this charger for this thing to power this thing up is model ADP74. So if anybody can like come across with that model for a new charger, that will be really nice, because I'm thinking about powering this thing on again someday. Don't know when, but another thing here is the screen had started to like die. The screen started to get worn out back in like 2011 when I had XP on it. So I had to connect the VGA monitor in order to use this PC. And screen started to get pretty old and pretty corrupted. So if anyone can get any hands on another screen, that'll be nice. So this it currently has Windows 98 on it now, but Windows 98, the original factory version, I believe, but there's a couple of other YouTube users that has this type of laptop, but there isn't a little stable condition. By the way, it has the latch is broken on this thing just a few years ago, so can't securely close the machine. So there you have it. This the NEC Versa 6230 from, I believe, like 1996, 1997, with a Pentium 133 processor, designed for Windows 95 and NT4, I believe. Currently running Windows 98 on it, so I'll keep you posted, guys, and let you know if I can get this machine going or not. I'll go on eBay and I'll look online to see if there's like a power adapter and a new screen connection for this. So thank you guys and have a good night.